ADMI, we're working here part-time, but we're also working in the industry, and we're bringing what we're learning directly from the industry directly into ADMI so that there's no gap. Teaching it's mostly just about passion. Like, it's very hard to get into it if you're not passionate. Everyone kind of learns differently, so I have to learn the student first and then to see how they interpret things so that I can adapt to it.
What do you think your students remember most from your class? And this is not limited to the textbook.
What do my students remember the most about my class? I mean, I would like to think how freeing and adaptable I can be and how I let them express themselves. Because I always tell them, like, if you mess up and you feel like personally you didn't perform that well, that's not a failure, because you were able to get something out, which means that the next time you try it again, it's gonna be better. Yeah.
Wow. How do you help students that are struggling?
Mm-hmm. So with students that are struggling, because I go for the one-on-one sessions, I get to know exactly how someone thinks and interprets things and what kind of learner they are. If they're more visual, if they're audio, if they want me to like repeat something a few times, like that's never an issue. I don't mind that at all. Everyone kind of learns differently, so I have to learn the student first and then to see how they interpret things so that I can adapt to it. Because I've also had students that are deaf, like different neurodivergent, so I've always had to adapt, and there's always a way to teach someone.
What makes ADMI different from other schools?
It's the flexibility that they give students, the fact that most of the projects are practical and not theory, because at the end of the day, a lot of what we do is practical. How we are encouraged to constantly like update like our course outlines to make sure that we're keeping up with the trends and what's relevant at the time. Yeah.
How would you describe the atmosphere in the faculty lounge?
Faculty, may I really go there? I just go there for chai. Faculty lounge is very chill. I think it's just a space where lecturers can just go and unwind and just discuss maybe what they're going through, or maybe share some similarities on how to tackle like such issues with students. Yeah.
What does a day in your life as a teacher here look like?
Day in the life of teacher. So I come in, I greet Faith. When I go to my class, usually I check on the students, like how they're doing overall. Sometimes we do catch up on like the latest trends, like have you watched this like animation, like this was so cool, what did you think about this? And then we get into the class. So usually it starts with the demonstration, like I show them like what it is that we're gonna learn. I don't really have slides, it's like on that day, like I will do it like live for them so that they can interact directly. And then after that, I give them some time to work on the project, and then I give them feedback. Yeah. And for some of them, they want to do like some further studies, and then I just encourage them on like where they could look for such materials.
How does the school support faculty development or innovation in teaching?
Okay, so the ADMI does support the faculty. We tend to have like every few weeks we'd have like meetings on like how to improve, whether it's like course outlines, how to make it better, but even beyond that, like how to interact like with students in terms of just like methods, because there's obviously like an age gap, so like trying to understand students better, even when it comes to mental health, something that we should be mindful as well. Yeah.
Awesome. So what's something parents or students don't see but should know about the school? So what's one thing parents or students don't get to see but they should know about the school?
The lecturers are very passionate. Like they really do care. Like teaching it's mostly just about passion. Like it's very hard to get into it if you're not passionate. So yeah, and a lot of us are industry professionals. So ADMI, we're working here part-time, but we're also working in the industry, and we're bringing what we're learning directly from the industry directly into ADMI, so that there's no gap once they graduate. Yeah.
Who inspired you to teach?
Who inspired me to teach? Oh, yeah. Do you know Dead Poets Society? Okay, so there is a film called Dead Poets Society. It has Robin Williams in it. He's creative teacher as well. He teaches poetry. So I just love his approach because it's very unconventional, and it's something that he was able to relate to the students with.
What kind of impact do you hope to leave on your students?
I mean, to be honest, I just mostly want that by the time they leave here, they feel like they're just like in a better place in a way where they can express themselves in terms of art. I just want them to feel open and confident in their creativity.
So let me ask something that's going to like give us an insight on you as a professional. So the question is, maybe give us an insight into your portfolio, maybe the work that you've done that we'd know you with. And then after that, we'll ask one final question, then go to the quick fire question.
Okay. So I can talk about multiple projects maybe. Okay, so some of the projects that I've worked on are back in 2021. I was part of an exhibition, a VR exhibition, where I was presenting some projects that I worked in VR, where I was trained in for about 6 months. This was sponsored by Goethe Institute and trained by Black Rhino VR. I also have worked on a project called Team Sayari. It's a project that involved BBC. And sorry, not BBC. It involves Nat Geo and Disney. So that was being shown in Nat Geo Wild. After that, I worked on a project because I'm really into like conservation, especially for wildlife. So there was a wild screen event at Tanzania last year, and our pitch won the wild pitch. So we got funding and we worked on a project about the Kihansi frogs in Tanzania. This is where I was also like an art director and also a character designer. And recently I've also worked on a project with the BBC that's coming out this year. I don't think I can say more about that. Yeah.
Yes, what's one lesson you hope your students will carry with them for life?
Okay, maybe it will be two, but we can combine it into one. The first one is basically don't be afraid to mess up, because there's imposter syndrome that kind of stops you from even like starting to create. So you have to be open to like working on something and maybe you don't like it and you've messed up, but it's okay to always start again. It's also okay to take breaks. If you feel like you've been working on something for too long or you feel like you're getting burnt out, your mental health always comes first. Once you prioritize your mental health, the rest will follow.
So now it's time for...
Like I'm having a TED Talk. Yeah.